Hi students, Professor Nugent here. In this video we're going to discuss the non-random samples that occur when data is not missing completely at random. This may occur if, for example, education is missing more frequently for people with lower levels of education. There are a few cases of non-random samples when data is not missing completely at random. The first that we're going to think about is sample selection based on the independent variables. This is also called exogenous sample selection. This case is called missing at random. This is different from the previous case we discussed, which was missing completely at random. This is labeled missing at random. It may not be a great label. This label, missing at random, may not be a great label because we allow the probability of missing data to depend on the explanatory variables. An example of this could be data on savings, which is based on a survey of people over the age of 35. This is a non-random sample of adults because we have adults only over the age of 35. We'll see that OLS is still unbiased and consistent. Why is OLS unbiased and consistent? Well, the conditional expectation, the expected value of y given x1 through xk, is the same for any subset of the population, so we get unbiased and consistent estimates for the missing at random case for exogenous sample selection. The second case is sample selection based on the dependent variable. Which is also called endogenous sample selection. And this case results in biased and inconsistent estimates. Okay, so OLS is biased and inconsistent. If we have sample selection based on a dependent variable. The reason for this is that the population conditional expectation is not the same as the expected value conditional on the subset values of the dependent variable. Now there's a third case of non-random samples I'd like to discuss. Which could be non-random samples that are created purposefully, resulting from stratified sampling. And stratified sampling is dividing a population into mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive groups, and sampling within the groups. This is a way to purposefully produce a non-random sample so that you have a sample that does not necessarily reflect the population, but instead you overrepresent minority groups in the sample. OLS will be unbiased and consistent as long as sampling is done on the independent variables. If, for example, you're looking at a relationship between log of wage and education, experience, and then female, and you wanted to overrepresent the number of females in the sample in your sample, you would still have unbiased and consistent estimators because you would be sampling on the independent variables. Alright, that's it for non-random samples. Stay tuned to the next video. We will discuss outliers and influential observations.